Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to Eyes on Tools.
Lately, I keep hearing about Create UGC, an AI platform designed to turn products into ready-to-use UGC-style ads without filming or hiring creators.
So I figured why not check it out? So today we'll see what it can actually do and whether it's worth the attention that it's getting. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and tell me in the comments which AI tools should be next on the list.
If you run ads for products, then you already know the hardest part usually is not launching the campaign. It is making enough good creatives. That is why UGC works so well, because it feels real, native, and easy to watch. But actually filming enough UGC style content takes time, money, creators, revisions, and a lot of back and forth. So today I want to test Create UGC because this is built specifically to turn products into realistic UGC style ads without filming, without hiring creators, and without going through the usual editing mess. The angle I want to test here is simple. Can I take a normal product link and turn it into something I would actually use as a short form ad? Not just a cool AI clip, but a real creative that could fit TikTok, Reels, Shorts, or paid traffic. That matters because if the result still looks obviously fake or low effort, then it does not really solve the problem. The promise here is speed, yes, but it also needs to feel realistic enough that you would actually run it. So the first step is the product itself. Inside Create UGC, I click Create Video and paste a product link. And if the product page is not supported or I just want more control, I can also add the product manually instead. What I like here is that the process is built around real e-commerce input, not just a blank prompt box. It pulls in the product details and media, which already makes the workflow much faster because I am not rebuilding the product context from zero. That is a big part of the value if you are testing multiple offers or multiple angles and do not want every new ad to feel like another setup project. After that, I choose the type of video I want to make. And this is where Create UGC becomes more practical than a generic avatar tool. There are options like product reaction, product in hand with VO3, and product in hand with Cling. Those formats matter because they are already much closer to actual ad structures people use right now. If I want something that feels like a creator reacting to the product, that is one direction. If I want a more believable sales format where the avatar actually holds the product, that is another. And if I want the more realistic looking output, that is where the stronger video models become much more interesting. Then comes the setup section, and honestly, this is where I think a lot of people will feel the time savings immediately. I can choose the platform, language, ratio, and duration, then pick an avatar from the library. And one of the strongest features here is that I do not have to stay with a completely generic voice. I can either use one of the built-in voices or upload and record my own voice for more consistency. That matters a lot because a lot of AI ad tools can give you a fast result, but the moment you want the ad to sound more like your brand, the workflow falls apart. Here, using your own voice gives you a way to keep the speed while still making the creative feel more yours. The next step is the script, and this is where I would be careful as a creator. I would not let the AI do all the thinking for me. The smarter move is to bring a real ad angle into the workflow, then use the tool to speed up production. It can generate several script options for you, and you can also guide the tone, whether you want something funnier, more sales-driven, or more professional. That is useful, but the real win is when you combine that with actual positioning. Good ads still need a real hook, a clear problem, a clear solution, and a real CTA. The production can be much faster, but the ad still works better when the idea itself is strong. Then once everything is set, I hit generate. This is the wow moment the whole workflow is built around. You go from product link to UGC style video really fast, and that is the part I would focus on most. Not just that the tool made a video, but whether it actually feels like something I could test in a real ad account. Is the avatar believable enough? Does the voice feel natural enough? Does the script structure make sense? And most importantly, does the final ad feel like a real creative, not just an AI experiment?
I thought these were just my dad's sneakers until I wore them. Turns out, comfort runs in the family. Try the 4-8 for these for yourself.
Another thing I like here is the scaling angle. One of the strongest parts is not just making one ad, but making many versions fast. That is actually where the economics of a tool like this start making sense. Most people do not lose with ads because they cannot launch one creative. They lose because they cannot test enough variations fast enough. If I can quickly generate multiple hooks, multiple angles, and multiple formats without waiting on creators, editors, or reshoots, that changes the whole creative workflow. Suddenly, I am not stuck protecting one ad and hoping it works. I can actually test. And that is the bigger value here. Create UGC is not just about replacing filming, it is about compressing the time between idea and testing. If I want to try 5 versions of the same concept with different hooks, different tones, or different presentation styles, I can do that much faster. That makes the tool much more useful for marketers, brands, dropshippers, and agencies, because the goal is not just to generate content. The goal is to generate enough usable content to find what actually performs. There are also a few extras that make the workflow feel more complete. You can create supporting visual assets, look through inspiration-style videos to study winning ad formats, and even build avatar and script videos without centering the whole workflow around a product page. That makes it feel less like a one-trick tool and more like a creative system for short-form product marketing. So my honest takeaway is this. Create UGC makes the most sense for people who already understand that the bottleneck in ads is not launching, it is creative volume. If you need more UGC-style content, more testing speed, and a faster way to turn products into realistic short-form ads, this is exactly the kind of tool worth trying. You paste the product link, choose the format, set the avatar and voice, shape the script, generate the ad, and then you can actually start testing instead of waiting on production. That is why this feels less like a novelty and more like a practical AI workflow for anyone running product ads. So if you want to try it for yourself, check the link in the description and test one real product you would actually market. And if you're one of the first 20 subscribers to try it, you can get 20% off with the code AIZEN20OFF. The discount will be automatically applied when you use the link in the description, so definitely check it out. Not a random demo item, a real product, a real hook, and a real ad angle. That is where tools like this become much easier to judge, because the question is not, can it make a video? The real question is, can it help me make more ads I would actually use?